I saw this, by the way. Why this picture of me? God damn it. Once I'm finished losing weight, we're doing professional photo shoots so that and we're going to promote the hell out of them, okay? It'll be your responsibility as a sub to my channel uh to upvote pictures of them so it shows up when people Google Vowsh. That photo isn't that bad. Yeah, but I still have my ponytail in it. It's old. We doing the mustache?
Let's go to Brett from Chicago. Brett, welcome to the program. What's on your mind today?
There we go. Chicago. This is an urbanite. Okay, this has got to be the V fan.
Hey, David, can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Yeah, I'm glad to report from a winning part of the country in a few different ways. I mean, we just got the most progressive mayor in history elected here.
True.
And I'm also originally from Minnesota, and a lot of great things. I don't know if you've been hearing about that. A lot of great things have been coming out of like the Minnesota legislature recently.
I heard some. We covered one story. Yeah, I mean, so you're feeling good about the part of the country you're in, it sounds like.
Yeah. Honestly, I'm a member of the local YDSA here, the Democratic Socialists of America.
Hell
And we
yeah.
were pretty excited. We didn't endorse Brandon Johnson directly because he's not like a socialist, but pretty heavily, I think he got support from our sector. A lot of activity going out and doing work on the ground, canvassing, talking to people at polling stations, and that sort of thing.
So, Brett, as an actual Democratic Socialist yourself, I'm curious, do you align with the socialist perspective of socializing ownership of businesses? Like, is that something businesses should be required to do by government?
I'm definitely on the, I guess you'd call it the more conservative side of the Democratic Socialists. It's a pretty big tent party. As far as like current, like practical boots on the ground activism, like what we're what we are advocating
He's
for
a Nazi.
isn't like, isn't normally that extreme, like turning all businesses into co-ops immediately through an executive order. I mean, a lot of people, again, in the organization would disagree with me on that.
Yeah. No, I'm just asking you. Like, what would be your biggest socialist belief, would you say?
Yeah, I would say that, like, I would be in favor of things as extreme as probably, like, breaking up large corporations, making more things, like, publicly owned, like, deprivatizing, like, infrastructure, things like that. I mean, like, start with like the big things where it seems very reasonable that you and I would probably agree on, like public transport or things that like other countries socialize and socialize well. And then I would just probably keep moving forward on that until it stops being effective. But I feel
are
like
you sure you're a socialist? That's interesting. It's not. I mean, it sounds like you're more of like a social democrat, which is a form of capitalism.
The accusations.
Yeah. I mean, in the midterm, it seems to be that way. But like, I would like having the means of production being socialized, being owned, like large industries being collectively owned, that seems like a good thing to me. It's just how we get there, like social democracy. Like I'm an electoralist. I'm a slow, gradual movement. So in the short to medium term, I do look effectively like a social democrat.
So your view is sort of like that espoused by Ian Vowsh, the streamer, where he says in the immediate, really, socialists and social democrats probably would agree on the same policies. It's just that if they were achieved, then the socialists would want to go further.
Yeah. Oh gosh, I'm getting outed here for agreeing with.
A lot of it really is framing, right? A lot of people get angry at me when I trash social democrats because they're like, well, did you know that social democrats were like the socialists of the day? Yeah, but then they stopped being them, right? Like, there are all these left-wing parties in Europe that used to be staffed by actual socialists who are like, okay, well, in the meantime, social democracy is a good way of building people's faith in the ability for collective action to actually improve their lives. And then they forgot about the whole socialism thing eventually. A lot of them were deliberately sabotaged. I mean, you saw even recently Corbyn, who has a lot of problems, don't get me wrong, but he was like ousted by the Labour Party. They lied about him. They deliberately like propagated rumors of anti-Semitism within the Labour Party just to get him like fucked over. And now it's like back to going, it's like a Blairite Labour Party again, It's back to being not even like soaked in, but like just full on like neoliberal. So a lot of it really does come down to framing what your long-term intentions are.
Vowsh, so that's gonna be great.
Vowsh?
Because a lot of people in the DSA are not.
Update. What a good baby.
and not fans of his.
They're
But, yeah,
anti-Vowsh. That's interesting.
yeah, it's a big anti-Vowsh movement.
Jeez.
Probably a big anti-David Pakman movement as well.
It is true that the DSA hates me. Radio noises? Ugh, I need to get a grounding loop. Yeah, I need to get a grounding loop for my my headset. Sorry about that. I'll order one.
Oh,
that- I
obviously.
should-
No, listen, there's no doubt there's an anti-David Pakman movement among the socialists. That's without a doubt. But
yeah, yeah, but
fascinating
before you let me go, David, I've got to. I should like represent.
Wait, do you hear the white radio noise from my mic or from the desktop? Did you hear any of it when I was when I was petting Artemy? It's when you talk? Okay, it's through the mic then.
And that I am more left in a way and actually ask you a somewhat difficult question, or at least it might not be difficult.
Okay, please.
Because you get a lot of criticism from the left, specifically on your coverage of South America and like Latin American politics. I'm sure you're aware.
No, I mean, I know years ago something about Bolivia, but I didn't know that was like an ongoing thing.
Oh, okay. So maybe you're not. Okay, so there are like a few things. It's not like massive, but like I would wonder if you have any updates on that one story you covered, because you got some heat.
How do you know the DSA hates you? Because I have a large community of people who inform me. Apparently, there was actually a DSA chapter where the head, when interviewing people to be entered into the org, would actually ask them if they liked me. Presumably, because the fan of mine was smart enough to say no, but presumably to oust people, you know, who say they like me. It's pretty funny. So weird. Yeah, people go pretty crazy about me, I think. What's their reasoning? Dude, people, like, this is the thing, okay? I'm not exactly the only person online who gets a lot of hate, and that's fine. I do politics. But the people who hate me have beliefs about me. Like, this is why I joked, right? Like, there's Vowsh and Vowsh, and they're talking about Vowsh. I have no fucking idea what they're on about. They have the wildest beliefs about me. You know? Just, they're so out there.
From that in my circles anyway. When you covered, I believe it was in Argentina, there was an assassination attempt. And the way you presented it was you were like very suspicious of it and like kind of suggesting that it may have been something like a false flag or, you know, like that it wasn't a real assassination attempt. And this was pretty like immediate after the
oh, no,
event.
I think I mean, that was a while ago. I don't know if I didn't speak clearly or if maybe you're misremembering it or I am, but it was more the idea that that sort of hijinks is the stuff I wouldn't put past Christina. But I was very, very clear that it was not something I was asserting took place, or I mean, I was super clear that it's merely speculative and that there are people wondering about it. But that it was such an offhanded thing.
Well, what matters is that my name was mentioned. I agree completely. I don't know what this whole Latin America thing is, but I get it.